Welcome everybody to a very important day for Aggie Athletics as we officially announce the 24th Director of Athletics in the history of New Mexico State. We want to thank everybody for taking the time to be here today. It's a very busy day on campus, as you can see. Don't forget, Aggie football's at home tonight. I saw Coach Sanchez in the back. He is here for this press conference. 7 o'clock kick. We need the cowbells out on third down tonight as Coach tries to go to 3-0 at home for the first time since '07. Before we begin, we have a couple of housekeeping items to take care of. In a moment, we'll have comments, of course, from President Fairmay and, of course, new Athletics Director Joe Fields. Following Joe's comments, we'll open it up for questions from the media. There will be an opportunity for breakout sessions when the press conference is done for the media. So if you haven't been able to talk to Michael yet, we'll do those in Suite 4 to my right when the press conference is done today. We're all here today to welcome Joe Fields to Aggie Nation. A former student athlete on the football field at Syracuse, where he was an all-conference safety for the Orange, Joe is a rising star in the industry, with previous stops at Syracuse, Texas A&M, and most recently at Tulsa, where he was the deputy AD and also the chief operating officer. With 20 years of experience in collegiate athletics as both a student athlete and an administrator, Joe has seen the collegiate experience from multiple angles and comes to a community that cares deeply about Aggie athletics, and in particular, their student athletes. For more on the hiring process and the introduction of Joe Fields, please welcome President Fairmay to the podium.
Thanks. Okay, so first of all, good afternoon to everybody, and thank you for being here. To me, it's a great time to be an Aggie, isn't it? And I just want to sidetrack a little bit before we go into this, but just this past week, we found out that we are ranked the top national university in New Mexico by U.S. News and World Report. Just so you know, not to say anything about that university up north, but I just wanted to put that out there. And today, we gather here to celebrate and welcome our new AD and his family. So welcome, Joe. Welcome, Sade. Welcome, Jody. Welcome, Jade. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. So before I cede the microphone to Joe, I want to give some special thanks to a number of people who made this possible. First of all, the regents of the university who have supported me in direct and indirect ways in stewarding this process forward, especially Regent Devastali, who sat as a member of the committee and was in conversations with me throughout this to make this happen. So thank you, Regent. Then, of course, to the search committee and the search firm itself for advancing a great slate of candidates that made my selection more difficult and challenging overall. I see Joe Baffo. I don't see other members of the committee, but I do want to thank you. I really appreciate the work. So thank you for doing that for us. I also would be remiss if I did not thank Acting AD Amber Burge. You have been a superbly valuable and steadying guide in ferrying the Department of Athletics forward. And I've heard from the athletes how much they valued your support. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking on this great challenge I foisted on you. So thank you. And finally, thank you all who are here for caring about this moment and about NMSU so much. You challenge us, you make us better, and overall, I think we are in a good place with all of you, and I appreciate the emphasis that you've put on challenging us. So onward to the real show. So it gives me tremendous pleasure and pride to present Joe Fields as our next AD. I can say that during the selection process, and as I read and met with Joe, he impressed me for his focus on personal and organizational excellence across the board, and his desire to elevate not only athletics, but the student athletes and the university to the next level. It was really clear that he cares deeply about all aspects of the university. Even more important has been the humility he has demonstrated through the process. His emphasis on his parents showing him how hard work and dedication bring you to the next level. On those who showed him the way at Syracuse and Texas A&M. On the self-deprecating humor he brought up in recounting how members of the women crew at Syracuse put him in his place. And in deflecting upon his wife and kids his success, All of these things make me confident that we have the right person for the job. He is humble and yet self-assured and confident in his abilities. I can't wait to team and work together to achieve higher goals. So here's to you, Joe Fields. Thank you for choosing us, and go Aggies. And before you get to talk, we have something for you. We need to invest them with authority. Thank you again. Thank you, sir. Yeah. And I will move this out of the way.
Thank you, President Ferme. I'm honored to stand in front of you as the new athletics director at New Mexico State University. Sade and I have been overwhelmed with gratitude from the outreach and support from many across the country. Thank you all. I would like to thank President Ferme for selecting me for this incredible opportunity. I can't wait to work with you and elevate New Mexico State University to new heights. I would like to thank the search committee, Justin Bannister, for their work behind the scenes. I would also like to thank Parker Search Firm. They were a first-class group throughout the process. You don't get here without the help of others. I would like to take a moment to thank all of the amazing student athletes, coaches, and administrators that I've worked with through my time in college athletics. I would be remiss if I didn't say a few names. Daryl Gross, Jim Boeheim, Trey Lamb, Scott Woodward, Buzz Williams, Chris Park, Adrian Autry, Doug Marone, Travis Dabney, Pat Henry, Tommy Paul, Herm Frazier, Lori Williams, who's in attendance here today, Herm Frazier, Ross Burek, and a special thanks to Justin Moore and the Moore family. We're grateful for what you've done for the Fields family. Thank you. My family, my siblings, my mom, my dad, my bonus mom, Miss Jackie, thank you for all the support over the years. My oldest son, Joseph, unfortunately, he's unable to be here with us today. He's off at school. We're proud of you. Keep doing amazing things, Joseph. Jody, my 8-year-old, he's amazing. He's a great athlete. He's an even better son. Coach Huden, Coach Sanchez, and Coach Angier will have to battle it out on the recruiting grounds to get that commitment. Get that one early, Coach. He can play. Jade, our beautiful 3-year-old girl, she is squarely in the middle of her terrible 3 phase. She's a handful, but we love her. Sade, my wife of 10 years, she's our backbone. She makes everything go. You're amazing. I would not be standing here if it wasn't for you. I love you. Thank you. A little bit about Joe Fields. I'm a proud product of college athletics. I like to say I'm college athletics done right. I earned a football scholarship to Syracuse University, and that scholarship changed my life. It allowed me to pursue my education at the highest level while competing at football at the highest level. It is why I'm truly believe in the holistic development of student athletes. Helping them grow in all facets of their lives will have a profound impact on them long term. I understand this is becoming more and more difficult with NIL and the transfer portal. As long as we have them on our campus, 1 year, 4 years, let's pour into them and change their lives. I'm competitive, I'm driven, I'm a goal setter. I like to set goals and attack them, and that will not change here. Why New Mexico State? 4 simple reasons. First, opportunity. The past is the past. We can author our own future. We can write our own story moving forward. I believe there's untapped potential here, and I think I can unlock it. 2, passion. You can feel it throughout the state, the community, the ag culture, the land-grant institution mission. I resonate with that blue-collar, hard-working mentality. Community. Sade and I appreciate the diverse, vibrant community. We think our family can grow and be really happy here. 4th, President Ferme. His vision, his leadership excites me. You must have alignment with your president to accomplish great things. I came away from the process knowing he gets it and we aligned. New Mexico State Athletics. I can feel it. We're ready to move forward. We're eager for the next chapter. Student athletes, coaches, staffs, fans, the goals will be simple. Graduate student athletes, win championships, operate a first-class organization. I repeat, graduate student athletes, win championships, operate a first-class organization. We can have the best of both worlds, achieving at a high level academically and kicking butt athletically in this conference across the board. Operate a first-class organization. We must strive for excellence in all that we do. The world of college athletics has evolved. We must evolve with it. We must be physically responsible, innovative, proactive, strategic moving forward. And we'll do it all with integrity, hard work, accountability, and most importantly, we'll do it all together. We have a significant future in place in the new college athletics landscape. It will take everyone to unlock our potential. Students, alum, fans, donors, former student athletes, state supporters, we need everyone. To whom much is given, much is expected. It all starts with me. I will work every single day to be an active part of this community, engage our supporters, support our student athletes, and efforts to move this athletics department forward. My family and I are honored and excited to be here. Aggies up.
All right, folks, at this time, we open questions for the media. Michael does have a roving microphone, so just raise your hand if you have a question. Michael will find you. Please state your name, your affiliation, and who the question is for. We're going to have the president and Joe both up here together.
I have one for Joe and then another for Valerio. I'm going to ask one to Joe first. Nick Kopler from the Las Cruces Sun News. New Mexico State obviously has some challenges with trying to increase their athletics budget and get more money to support the programs, and especially trying to get money from the state legislature and things like that. So that means fundraising and donor supports can be pretty huge for New Mexico State. Just what are, I guess, some maybe strategies or some kind of just goals that you have for trying to raise enough money for that for New Mexico State? And also when you guys have to go to the state legislature for that funding, what are some ways you guys are going to try to attack that and get the most you can?
No, great question. And I think everyone at the Group of 5, Group of 6 level is facing the same challenges. I think it's unique here in which the way in which we receive funds. I think, one, it starts off with us sharing our vision and educating others regarding our vision. And then we have to let them know how they can play a role in that vision. As an athletics department, we have to sit down and make sure that we have a list of our priorities, and we need to make sure we prioritize our priorities the right way. I've been really engaged at Tulsa. We had this similar challenge, and we did a lot of creative things and getting out into the communities, donors, corporate sponsors, new events. We got to turn every stone. There's no such thing as a bad idea. We have to do things differently and creatively. Certainly, we got to make sure that we are telling our story and we're positioning ourselves at the state level to have success and receive funds from them. But we also got to do our part here on campus in cultivating donors, finding new opportunities to grow the revenue so that we can increase our operating budget.
Any specific goals on like this is how much we want to raise for donor funds every year, or is that not set yet?
A lot.
There you go. And then for you, Valerio, something that I've heard from New Mexico State fans and people that care about the program is that they feel like that there's been a lack of communication between maybe the top and then with the fan base on how this whole process has gone. And some people don't maybe feel like that there wasn't much of a plan post-Mario firing. And part of that comes from the fact that it's taken us a long time to get here. Mario was fired back in January. We're here in October, 9 months later. Amber had the time for 6 months. It took over a month for news to be announced when news broke of a national search being commenced, it took 39 days after that for the university to make a statement, and now a couple months later here with Joe. Throughout these 9 months and throughout everything that's happened, Is there anything that you would go back and maybe do differently or maybe try to do better, or do you feel confident about how this entire thing has played out?
So I think, good question. I think we followed what we said we were going to do. So, I mean, I said that we were going to just ensure that we sort of stabilized everything for 6 months, which is what we did. And then, the gap between, the end of June and the beginning and the announcement of the search, it's really about organizing things in the background. So you really can't rush these things. You have to make sure you got the pieces in place. And ultimately, I think, we did move pretty fast. I mean, the search, I will say that Parker did a very good job of getting the search organized. The committee was very thorough and quick in getting things done. So, do I want to do things different? Did I want to do things different? I think we took the time to do things the right way and getting where we wanted to get. So ultimately, I'm pretty happy with the overall process.
Hi, my name is Jade. This is my associate Mia. We're from News 22, the student news here on NMSU campus. My first question is for Mr. Fields, actually. All right, first of all, congratulations. Thank you for being here with us at NMSU.
Thank you.
One of the questions we had for you is, what are your top priorities as a new director of athletics here at NMSU?
Yeah, my top priority is to get in here and learn the people, learn the community, make sure I get out and engage in the community, meet the donors, meet the stakeholders that truly help move this place forward. I want to get with our coaches. I want to make sure I get with our student athletes, our fan base, just be present. So I would say my first priority is to make sure I'm out and engaged, meeting with the community, meeting with our athletics department staff members to truly get a feel for the place.
Awesome, thank you for that. And then following along that same route of questionings, how are you also planning on supporting not just the high-profile sports, but also the smaller programs we have here?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think what we will do is sit down with every one of our coaches and figure out what is a championship program for that coach in the Conference USA. We won't compare golf to football. We won't compare football to basketball. We'll sit down with each one of our coaches in our programs, and we'll figure out a championship recipe for that program. It might be rev share. It might be more scholarships. It might be more nutrition. We have to sit down and figure out what all that looks like, but we're going to support all of our programs at a high level, and it might look a little different program by program.
My question's for you, Mr. Fields. My name is Kelly Harzin,
Nice
KTSM 9 News down in El Paso. New Mexico State athletics, not a stranger to success the past couple of seasons. You look at football, they just played for a CUSA title 2 years ago, a bowl game as well that same season. Men's basketball, they've finished with a winning record the past 7 of 9 seasons, 4 NCAA appearances. So I'm curious, are you looking to keep anything the same from past athletic directors that maybe you feel resulted in some success?
Absolutely. If it's not broke, don't fix it, right? And so if it's working really well, we will continue to operate business as usual. If there's things that we need to think about differently and more creative to move the athletics department forward, we will. It's no secret right now in college athletics. We need football, men's and women's basketball to be really, really successful to push our entire athletics department forward. And so the success of all of our programs, and absolutely those programs, will be important for us on a national level. But there is a great history of success here. The plan is to win championships moving forward. And so we have to sit down with our coaches and figure out the recipe for that program to win championships moving forward.
Hi, over here. I'm Kurt Johnson. I'm with the Las Cruces Bulletin. I actually have a question kind of for each of you about the interview process. So, beginning with you, Joe, as you were selling yourself for this job, as you were talking to people about wanting to be in this job and what they needed to know, what did you most want them to know about you that would make you a fit for New Mexico State University and to run this athletic department? And if I can just follow, I just asked President Perme the question that's related to take after that. What were you specifically looking for in the person that you were going to hire? What were some of the characteristics that you wanted to find that you found in Joe Fields?
I think for me throughout the process, what I wanted to really come through was that personally, professionally, I've achieved at the highest level. I truly care about student athletes. I think if you look at my career, from Syracuse to Texas A&M to Tulsa, I had a well-rounded background with student athlete experience, and I was at the forefront of the NIL movement at Texas A&M, and in that in that space as things started to kind of grow and evolve. And so I think ultimately I wanted them to know that I was an achiever, I accomplished things, I cared about student athletes, and I was a really well-rounded administrator, and I thought that would fit this opportunity really well.
Yeah, I will just add to that, just supplement that. I mean, the things that I valued were someone who is team-oriented, who works together, who had a strong background in supporting our student athletes in the academic area, who had experienced adversity and overcame it. I mean, grit and resilience are really important to me, to see people that actually can figure out how to make the obstacle actually the way to success. And I found, and I will say this, I said it before, the committee gave me some really good and tough choices to make, but I did resonate especially with the strong emphasis on the holistic support of our athletes.
Hi, Sydney Huber. I'm writing for Crimson Wire. My question is for Mr. Fields. First, I want to start off by saying congratulations and welcome to possibly the hottest state in the U.S. other than Arizona.
I can feel it right now.
Yeah, you're going to need some more sunscreen. My question for you is regarding the past incidents that have happened with some of our teams, specifically the basketball team back in 2023. How do you plan on continuing to prevent situations like this from happening in the future? Yeah,
the past is the past, and certainly we need to learn from our past, but we're going to concentrate on moving forward. We're going to operate with integrity. As an athletics department internally, we're going to make sure the expectations are laid out, and we're going to operate with those expectations moving forward. And so we're not going to concentrate a lot of time on what happened in the past. We're going to move forward, and we're going to build a program to be great in the future, but we certainly need to make sure we learn from our past. You're welcome.
Any more questions? Any more questions? Good? Cool. Thank you, guys. Adam, do you want to just invite everybody from the reception?
All right. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Mr. President, as well. The inside is open until 2:30. There's appetizers. There's a cash bar as well. For the media folks that have not set up breakout sessions yet, talk to Michael. That will be done in suite number 4 here today. Looking forward to seeing everybody tonight over at Aggie Football. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. Get the cowbells and rock them on third down, and go Aggies.